Hello, welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to construct the Festive Spinner concept card kits made by Hunkydory. And this is the card that will be made, and when you open it up, the inside spins round. So this is where the spinner idea comes from. Pack has 6 different designs, so you get a festive cottage, robin, snowmen, Father Christmas, Christmas pudding and a holly wreath, and you get 2 of each of the designs, so you get 12 cards in total. The first thing you want to do is to find the outside of the card, which is this part here, and then it's got the inside bit there, and then you get the other inside part of the card, and it comes with this bit in, and you just need to take it out so you get the just the outline. And then we need to fold it. So if we take the base card first, it just has one fold down the center. So you just fold it over, give it a quick score, and that's that done, and you can pop that to one side. Now this one, it needs to have 3 folds, so you've got a fold on each side here and then one down the middle, and you need to make sure that it's folded like so. So what I would suggest doing is folding this inside middle one first, so that needs to be so you pop the design on the front and then you fold it back over on itself. So if that one is folded like that, the other 2 need to be folded in the opposite direction. So you put the back onto the bottom of your mat, fold those up, give them a score, then do the same again with the other side. And I would use a bone scoring tool because it does give you a sharper fold. So there we are. So now your card looks like that. So that's it from both angles. You then want to add double-sided high-tack tape to these 2 parts here. They're the only bits that are going to have the tape on. And then you're ready to do the insert. Now what I would suggest is on the instructions it says to construct the card first, but I think it's easier if you actually build up the inside the spinner part and then attach it and then attach to the outer card, but that's entirely up to you. This is just something that I found was a little bit easier, because I think once the card's constructed it's going to be quite hard to sellotape here. So I've got my 2 inserts. So this is the bit that comes in the center of here, and then you also get sheets with these on them. So you want to cut all of those out, and the parts that you cut out here, or they're die cut so you push them out. This is a pyramid design, so you're going to build up to make it look like, this is where it gets its name from, a pyramid. So you can see you've got, when this all lines up, it'll look like sideways on like a pyramid. So I've popped foam tape on the backs of these ready to go. But before that, you want to add the spinner mechanism. So I've popped high tack tape on one side, and I'm just going to remove that from the center one only. So let's just pull this off. Now I've made sure that my tape is in the middle-ish of these 2 points here, because that's where you want your string to run for your spinner bit. And I've got some of this Wonderful DMC Perlay. Now I would suggest, it sounds a bit wasteful, but it makes life a little bit easier for you, to make a long length, and then all you're going to do is to make sure that it runs down those, between those points. Give it a little bit of a stretch, and then make sure that is caught on your high tack tape. I could have moved mine over a bit, but it's still secured there. and that is going to create your spinner part. So then the next stage is to attach this bit to that bit, so it encases your thread in the middle. Do just bear in mind to make sure and check at least twice that you get both bits up the right way, because otherwise one will be up one way and one will be the other. If you wanted to, you could just write a little T on both sides so you knew that you were putting the tops together. Right, so I'm putting my top down that side, so that top bit there needs to be the other side. Now what I find is if you line up one edge and then carefully roll it on, it will hopefully join up on the other side. There we are, that's close enough. And there you have your spinner bit. So the next stage to do is the pyramid. So you're going to layer each one of these up. So I've removed my foam tape back in, and the way I tend to do this is that I line up the top bit and then I roll it on. So if you look at this point here and line it up with that point, and then this point here and line it up with that one, because the problem with the foam tape is that you sort of kind of one and done sort of effect. So you line it up and then you just pull it down gently, making sure everything else lines up. So that's my first layer in. So there's my next piece. So I'm just going to line up. So you can see here I've got this little bit here and the top of his head. And you've also got the gold foiling as well to guide you. So you just put it on at the top and roll it down. And this is the last bit. So again, I'm going to find the point, and now it looks like that's a part of his eye there. So I'm just going to line that up with his eye and his back, and then place it down. There we go. And there you can see, this is why it's a pyramid. So that's your spinner completed. So then what we need to do is to take some high-tack tape, and we're going to place our spinner in the middle and tape it down. So I've got my spinner and I've lined it up with the fold line here, and I'm just holding it down with 2 fingers, and then I'm just going to put my tape across there. Now on the one that I'd already made, I left the backing on my tape because if you take it off, the minute you close your card, it's going to stick together, so you need to have something there. But the backing of the tape is quite thick, so what I'm going to do with this one is I'm cut a little piece of I've cut a little piece of paper, and I'm just going to cut myself something to cover up my piece of tape. So I've covered my double-sided tape with my piece of paper. Now the reason I've gone with the paper as opposed to leaving the backing on is the paper is a little bit thinner than the backing of the tape, so I felt that it just didn't bend quite as well, so the paper will keep it secure and it won't means it won't stick. So all I have to do on that side is to just chop off my hanging over thread, and that's the top done. So now I need to do the bottom. So this time I've pulled this quite tight, so I'm going to line it up again, and then I'm going to make sure that the thread is really tight. Then I'm going to put down my double-sided tape, and then I'm going to cover it up with my paper again. So that's the spinner in place, and the last part that we need to do is to attach this bit to the inside, and it will go like this. So I've put my double-sided high-tack tape up there, and again what you really have to make sure is that this top fits round with this one, otherwise your card will be upside down. So I'm just going to take my tape off. So I've got peeled off the backing of the center one all the way off, and then the other 4 around the edges just halfway, and I've got these bit hanging over. And I've laid both of my front and my back so they're both the same way up. Now if I do that and then do that on this side, then it should actually be the right way round. So I'm then just going to carefully avoiding that center line, because once that center line is pressed down, that's it, it's kind of stuck. So I'm just going to line up my edges until it's all in. Then I'm going to pull out my tabs, and that side is then stuck. And there's our front, and there's our spinner the right way round. So I just need to do that again for the other side. So I can fold it over like this and take these bits off, and then I'll be able to put it all back together. So I've taken my tape off on the other side, and again I took off the center one all the way, and then the other corners I've just taken half off, so I've got my tabs to pull it out. So then again, just lining it up, and once you're happy you can then pull all your tabs off, and you don't need to worry about this side being up the right way because you know it is. And there is your spinner card. Now one thing to remember is just before you pop this in the envelope, you need to charge it, because the whole reason this spins round is because of the twists on the thread. So if you fold it like that, when somebody opens, it'll just do that. But if you give it a few twists, wind it up, and it puts the twists on the thread, then close it, then when somebody opens, it will untwist like that. And I think you'll agree this has been, I think the longest thing that took to make this card was taking all the plastic off the double-sided sticky tape and foam pads. And at the end of it, oh, just forgot, you've got this little greeting here, just a couple of foam pads, stick it on there, and there you go. You could pop it in the middle, and you've got the bit at the back to write your greeting on. And I think it's a beautiful card. It's beautifully foiled, and I think the fact that when somebody opens it, they're going to have a surprise with it twirling round. Hope that makes sense, and I think you'll agree it's a beautiful card. And actually, once you've got the idea of it, if you've got die cuts that can cut out centre bits, you can make your own versions of these. It's just really having the idea of how it all puts together. Have fun creating. Thanks for watching.